So it's Sunday afternoon. I'm actually about to go for a bike ride. What's the week been like this week? It's gone reasonably well. I've done a number of sessions on the rollers, a few ergo sessions, boat session on Thursday afternoon with the club guys, and another one on Saturday. In fact, the Saturday row after doing some training on the rollers in the morning was the best row by far that we've had together with these group of guys in the club for, and that's really satisfying. And as much as I'm still pulling up tender after each row, I'm starting to find now that I'm not regressing with it. I'm sort of pulling up tender, but it's about the same each time, certainly after each row. So I think that's probably a positive. This week I wasn't so good on doing my stretching and all that sort of stuff, so I think I've probably not helped myself there. In terms of measurement this week, I've been very happy after last week with all the testing and all the measurement to just let it go this week and just enjoy the riding and enjoy the rollers and enjoy the ergo and not really get too phased about the scores or splits. So this afternoon I'll go for a bike ride, and then tonight I'll do some ergo, and then from there next week I'll start to sort of get right back on measuring again. So what I'm trying to probably do is a bit of a 3-week sort of cycle, I suppose. I find that 3 weeks gives me enough of a focal point for attention and improvement, and just working through a few things and without plateauing. So the last 3 weeks was really using the testing week as the I suppose the focal point, and seeing if I could make those gains I wanted to make. And the ergo was very much about getting on the machine more regularly and more consistently and seeing how that improved. The rollers has been about making sure that I'm sort of getting that intensity right, even for short sessions, 40 minutes, 20 minutes, 10 minutes sort of efforts. And yeah, I'm jumping around a little bit here, but the ergo's been sort of the rate step stuff, so the transitional piece. The bike's been very much about just locking into that zone, that 150, 160 heart rate, and not hammering myself in volume, but getting the right zone to get the greatest adaptation for myself. And then the stuff I have been doing land-based, I'm using the TRX suspension straps upstairs the balcony, and find doing arm pulls and various stretching activities on those are good. And the rows then have been, the last 2 rows have been pretty much technical, with getting the skills of the crew right and platform right, and then working from there to sort of how we transition up to changing gears and moving, getting the rhythm right and letting that move through as we do speed work. The rows before last week were very much like 15-minute pieces, 10-minute pieces, sort of hammering the rate steps sort of work, but I just didn't feel like the technical platform or the skill development was really coming. So we've made some really good inroads just by having some paddling sessions. So for me at the moment, I'm getting the physiological work I need out of the rollers. When I'm on the road, it's good because it's a bit more social and interactive with others, and there's some really good intensities on the road with the groups I ride with. The ergos are very much the rate step stuff, I think targeting for 6K work. And then the on-water stuff is my back, sort of feeling how I respond and bounce back, and then finding how we can sort of get a group of new 4 people rowing well together. So it's been satisfying in that regard. From a, I suppose, motivational standpoint or energy standpoint, I feel like I've freshened up the last week. I'm a little bit tired at the end of the weekend just because we've had a few late nights and all that sort of stuff, and but feeling pretty buoyed by everything, pretty buoyant I should say, and it's probably now the time of starting to work out what the pathway looks like going forward. I still sort of think that come December this year that I should know more about how my back's responding and be able to make a real decision about what I think I can do, particularly in the next domestic season. And then from there, I've probably got to start getting much smarter about, the engagement piece around who to work with and who to start conversing with about what we do and all that sort of stuff. So I just can't make any commitments to others yet until I'm sure that I'm going to be able to back up training session after training session. So it's a bit of a longer training diary update, but I thought worthwhile considering that it's a bit of a down week in one sense, and soon a lot of the athletes are back and from the Worlds, and it'd be interesting to sort of see the thought process around how all that went, and where I sort of fit in going forward with coaches and all that sort of stuff. So that's my update. All the best.